Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Orme. Today we are playing more Starters Order 7 here at the Not For Long Stables, home of Triple Crown winner Saffron Fang. Let's go. Yeah, what a horse. What a derby, what a Preakness, and a comfortable enough Belmont. And I know I didn't really react to the win maybe as people were expecting, but I was just kind of in shock by the entire process. I didn't quite expect to see those kind of runs. Honestly, that 7 3/4 blows my mind. 6 3/4 blows my mind, and then moving up 2 extra furlongs but still hitting 2 1/4 from sin time. And something I didn't notice, but it's 5 lengths back to Mizzenap. That's the best run I've ever seen Sin Time make. And yeah, if they weren't there, then that's a 5-length win in its own right. It's kind of mind-blowing to me. But perfect storm, I think. We were just about right on the distances. A touch, I think, short of a mile 4. I don't think we're right on a mile 4, but some good pace about the horse, some good speed, some good stats elsewhere. You know, no real issues with the horse whatsoever, and it's been running well. So I'm very happy with the way it ran and how it won and the distances, and yeah, I really cannot fault it. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. I adore this horse. I really do. I wish that it was, perhaps, let's just say, a female, because then we could breed so much from it, with game-bred horses as well. But yeah, we've got a list of horses currently in the breeding barn. We're up to 15. It's not going to stay that way. And by the time we get to putting Saffron Fang in the breeding barn, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go and just, like, completely tear this apart. We're going to have about 8, but somewhere between 5 and 8 horses, depending on how I pull this apart at the end of the season. So yeah, we're looking to bring some of these others in, like Come Angel, Canes Alliance, probably make it in next season. And then the next season, British Sweet, Belladat, perhaps join as well. If the 2-year-olds don't look good, they might jump in on top of that. So at the end of the 4-year-old season, when I think we'll maybe retire Saffron Fang to the breeding barn, that might be when we actually sort of make that switch and get everything lined up. So yeah, there might be possibly 10 to breed from, which is a decent number of horses. But we will be on the lookout for more. But an absolute mental sort of journey with this save and with our other saves, and I can't wait to see what happens next. We got some other big races. I did go through the schedule and kind of put together a list of runs for 3-year-olds that I might like to run, and if we do match that up, if we look here at Saffron Fang, for example. So 3-year-olds that are in and around the mile 1 to mile 3 range, Triple Crown kind of distances. We start in March. At the end of March, that would be a Florida Derby, and that's where we opened up with Saffron Fang. So that's number 1. There's a chance you can fit in the Arkansas Derby as well, April 11th. We didn't do that. We gave a full month for Saffron Fang to the Derby instead. But we could slot Arkansas in there. So another £1 million prize race over a mile 1. So it would have been 21 days before the Kentucky Derby and 2 weeks after the Florida. So it's easy enough to fit in. We could have put that one in there. But we got the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, the Belmont. Then, after the Belmont, if you want to go to a mile 3, there's the Takarazuka Kinen in Japan, which is a $3 million race. There's 19 days in between it and the Belmont. That's a possibility for next race, June 22nd. Oh, sorry, 16 days, yeah. And then 19 days after is back to Belmont for the Derby Invitational on July 11th at a mile 2, another $1 million race. And then there's a long wait before we can go, I think, over to the UK for Juddmonte International, 1.67 million. But then there's only 11 days between that and the Travers at a mile 2 as well, 1.25. And the Travers is a big American race. You might not know it. I've only just learned how big it is really over the last year or so. It's one of, I would say, the top 5 races. And it fits really, really well in this kind of category for Triple Crown sort of quality horses. Just after that, I think it's like 2 weeks after that, we can go for the Quipco Irish Champion over a mile 2. And then there's big races. October, we've got the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. So, $5 million, mile 4, that might be distance issues. Then you got the Tenor Show at the end of October for $3 million. And then we, of course, November, Breeders' Cup Classic. That's a $7 million race on our schedule. And 16 days later, the Japan Cup over a mile 4. So if you can hit some distance, if you've got a Triple Crown horse with distance, you can add in, of course, the Belmont, the, what's the other ones? Over a mile 4, the Arc de Triomphe and the Japan Cup. And then a mile 3, Takarazuka Kinen. Those are big money races. So, there's the Belmont's only 1.5 million, but it's part of the Triple Crown, so you want to do that. And then, as I say, mile 3, the Kinen is 3 million, Arc de Triomphe 5 million, Japan Cup is 6 million. So there's some big prize money to be won. But that's almost for me like a big series. Somewhere around, if you include every race I've got written down, that's 14. So as a 3-year-old, if you can win a Triple Crown, you can pretty much get 14 Grade 1 wins and earn an absolute ton of money. Possibly as much as like 15, 16 million prize money in just your third season alone. And Higgy here, 17.5 million prize money with 5 Grade 1 wins. Like, as a good 3-year-old can absolutely obliterate that kind of record. So, I've been looking at that and trying to pick races. I'm not sure. I want some opinions here as well. Saffron Fang, mile 3, mile 4. Do we think we'll continue to do well at those kind of distances? I feel a little bit comfortable about the mile 3. I think we can run that for sure. But do I go after the Arc de Triomphe and the Japan Cup or not? I'm not sure. On that front, I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys and gals think about that one. Really, I should go and book the Keenan, if nothing else, because I do think we can run a mile 3. And this will be our test as well. This will be our test to see about keeping back on the mile 4 track, because it's only a mile 3. It will still be a very good sort of test of distance. A broad, big field of good horses, maybe. It's worth keeping an eye on. So let me know what you think about that. But like I said, I did put that list together to try and figure out exactly what I want to do in terms of how to continue Saffron Fang season and how to maximize the wins and the runs and the potential of a 3-year-old who lies within that Triple Crown sort of bracket. So, yeah. And if we don't have a Triple Crown horse, but we have some good horses, we can scatter those races about. And there's more races as well that just didn't fit the timeline very well. I wanted to keep 2 weeks between races. I've got one in there that's 11 days, which I might be tempted to run in a lot of cases, but yeah, we'll see as we get there. So we got one 11-day rest, and we got 3 that are, as I say, a mile 4, mile 3 after the Belmont. I'm not sure exactly if I like the way that lines up. So let me know what you think. We'll see it as we go. Jumping into today's racing on the 10-minute mark, almost exactly. The battler looks to be a little wound up there, agitated and warm. I think we're one of the best horses in this field, easily, and yeah, I hope that agitation doesn't really come into play too much. It's a 7-furlong grade 3 for 2-year-olds. We're out okay at the gates. That's okay. We're probably going to go towards the front. Agitated horses normally do. Either battler doesn't like to sit at the back too much either. We're in the rain. It's going to be a bit of a heavy track here. We're on turf as well. There's a lot of questionable factors, perhaps, but Sancho Panza at the front. Looks like we're just on the outside. We've got a bunch of horses. Here comes Pepito Cotonges there. 1.5 down to the final furlong then. Driving out now. It doesn't look like we've got too much about us. We're going to get up on Sancho Panza. It does look like Darnay is coming through now. We're going to drop off at the end. Yeah, I'm sure if we weren't as agitated there, and perhaps the track didn't suit, I'm not sure. Yeah, fast track as well. So the track didn't suit. I don't know if we run well on grass or not. Probably do. Where's our quirks? We do have some quirks. Yeah, there is some quirks in there, so you never know. Distance didn't seem perfect. The track didn't seem perfect. We weren't settled going into it. So I think that if the conditions and everything else is in our favor, we win the race. But because they were against us, we didn't. But we kept on ahead of Darnay, which I thought we'd pass Panzer by about a head, and Darnay would come through by a short head to take it. That's kind of the final half of furlong, what I saw developing there. But in the end, Darnay couldn't quite get up, and Panzer just dove for the line and took it. So, but okay. Not a bad run, not a great run. It's another 2-year-old run that we don't really learn too much from, I think is the way I'll put that. We don't lose anything by running them. We gained, 6 points of in our handicap rating up to an 89. We do gain a little bit of potential, actually. We move from 55 up to 60. So the horse is better for the run, the rating's better for the run, and we could easily have seen a grade 3 by our name there. So that's it's actually a decent race for a 2-year-old. But I do find I have to keep reminding myself about, pulling back those expectations when you're running horses like Bellamaker and Higgy Forest and Saffron Fang, and you're expecting these big wins. And then you go to a 2-year-old, you see a race like that, and it's very easy for me to get disappointed. And it's very important as well, just to remember, that's not the race you expect them to run. It's not the race that you're looking for with another horse. That was a very decent run. I'm fairly happy with it in bad circumstances. So Marie is up in a grade 3. I'm not sure about 6 furlongs, honestly. I think 5 might suit more. I've got that feeling, but we ran well enough at 6 here that we're going to run at 6 again. Yeah, if we can get some more potential, if we can hit 70 by the end of the 2-year-old season, which we should have a good shot at doing here. We gain a bit of cruising burst, possibly up to 35 to 40 range, maybe. For the 3-year-old season, that gives us a little bit of cruising burst. Enthusiasm, confidence shouldn't hit. This should be a very decent 3-year-old. So I'm looking to see some of that already. So hopefully we win. Bit of potential development. And the rating to go up as well, quite possibly. So only 4 horses in this one. We've got the Grey, Polly and Jock at the rear. And then Franz Foley just ahead of us, being led out by Joan Dark. I like that name. Joan Dark. Joan Dark. Nice. So 2 furlongs from home then. Looks like we're in position, 1.5. We're yet to make our move. We're yet to make our move. It seems like a lot of our horses kind of go early, but a lot of these 2-year-olds seem to go late. And Franz Foley will probably come ahead and take this one. A last gasp dash, though. Marie comes up. We had 2 movements. We had a double movement there down the home straight. The final half of furlong was key. I don't like it. I don't like going late. I don't like that double move. I don't like the fact that I don't think this is a great field, and I really don't believe that it should have been anywhere near that close. But okay, Marie sits at a 94. That's a good place to be fair. We get our grade 3 and we were on 60% potential. We're on 65% potential. So couldn't really ask for too much more. We've got a grade 3. We're closing on that 100 marker and we've almost filled potential. Another race should get us over that 100 and hit that 70 potential mark. So yeah, I'm happy with that. 6 does seem to suit as well. 5 probably would have been a touch short. So I'm glad to have that confirmed as well. I think I learned a lot in that race. So that's kind of my mindset in these races, how to start thinking about things. Is what did I learn that I didn't know? And what else could I do to make the horse better? Or just what stopped it from winning if it didn't win? As a 2-year-old, I find those are more important questions than, is this horse genuine? Is it good enough now? Because those are 3-year-old questions, 4-year-old questions. They're not 2-year-old questions. Not for me personally. And as I say, this game can be played in many different ways. I play a modded schedule, a US flat schedule. I play on easy mode. I play on automated training. A lot might be different from my game to yours. So just take that in mind and find a way that works for you. It's a good-looking horse. But 4-year-olds, I don't think she's going to develop too much more. She's a touch low on potential. She's a touch low on extra speed. There's no cruising burst to make up for anything. But yeah, just 5% extra speed and potential would be like breeding barn. And not only breeding barn, but surviving the cull that will see us lose about 10 horses at the end of this season. At 4 years of age. Who are you breeding with? Janud. If I think Janud's got good extra speed and potential, with some extra sort of cruising burst thrown in there, Ruby Setting might actually be a good horse to keep and breed, and then see what she looks like as a 5-year-old. Maybe we do that. Oh, wow. It's back. The 45% stamina horses are back. Oh my God. Haven't seen one on starters order 7 before. We had some at on our 7 sort of, what did I call that, Save? I think it was like 7 Streaks of Gold or something. I had it written in my notes. I don't think we ever used that title on YouTube. But it was basically set up on Starters Order 6 with a custom schedule. I don't think those videos ever went out. There was an issue with them. Maybe that's something to revisit, the new series to revisit a little bit later on. Yeah, maybe. So, anyway, we had this series and they were full of 45 stamina horses. And I know it's not quite 45, it's like 47, maybe. 44, maybe. I don't know. But they kind of fluctuate within a small range there. But then I didn't see them on Starters Order 7, and we started seeing a few of these 30 to 35 stamina horses. And it's the same thing. I mean, they're basically a mile 1 horses that can still get a mile. That's kind of what I think these horses in. They're in between that range for a mile and a mile 1. But they're kind of closer to a mile 1. So I think of them as a mile 1 horses that can run at a mile still. So But yeah, we've seen a few of those 35s creep in. We haven't seen a 45. So that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, definitely putting this in the barn though. Just to test this season and see where we are next season. Looks like a grade 2 capable horse that, yeah, could win at a mile. Probably a mile at grade 1. We've got a third and a second. Maybe we try a mile 1, grade 1, even though those are kind of rare because I've got 4 different horses that will run that right now. Yeah, maybe see if we can get a grade 1 race if one crops up as well. But I mean, that's not a bad start. It's a lot of money for the horse, but that's not a bad start. No speed, I hate. I hate low speed. Old horse, but yeah, won a grade 1, and then has some grade 2s and a second in a grade 2. Another second in a grade 2, second in a grade 3. Not expecting much here. It also said breeding indicator on mile 5, but with a mile 1 there, and looks like trash, so yeah. That one definitely doesn't make it. But Ruby setting, I don't see why I shouldn't perhaps just breed from Janud here. Where's Janud gone? There's Janud. So yeah, that's another 2.8 million to get that breeding done and to buy the horse. We'll see how it works out, but I don't think it's a bad horse, and fingers crossed it comes right. We'll basically have got a very good yearling again for just under 3 million. And I don't really mind that. I don't mind doing that. Okay, that's fine. That brings us around another couple of 2-year-old races, and then a couple just on the horizon as well. First up is going to be British Pearl. And I came in to the start of this season thinking this might be my favorite 2-year-old. I'm hoping for big things. We've got a couple of grades on our horses already. Oh. Like, there's no reason that we shouldn't just go through and quite easily win this. To be honest with you, quite easily win this. We have the only horse that's a graded horse where at 7 we're not at the mile. I'm not sure exactly how that works out. We don't have great potential yet. We should gain more cruising bursts, of course. The confidence and enthusiasm are just a touch low, but everything else looks good. So from a 3-year-old point of view, I think British Pearl could be a very nice horse. I'm not sure about 7 furlong. I'm not sure about that 7. But we could get another grade 3. We should see another good run. I hope we see another win. And see that rating jump as well a little further north of the rest of the horse. I think British Lady's currently at 102 in the lead. So maybe just above that would be a nice place. Heartside leading us out. A bunch of horses we don't know. There goes Out Like Magic. We've got Jujumali there. Final 2. Doesn't look, again, like we're going early at all. Looks like we're going to be running a little late. We let Out Like Magic run right across us there. Final furlong, though. We got the grey horse in the lead. Out Like Magic and the Yellow Silks on the outside. Kindle. We got Jujumali as well there. 0.2, 0.1, and we let Out Like Magic dominate that race. We let them go where they wanted to go. When they wanted to go. How they wanted to go. It's a very immature horse, perhaps. We were a bit free. We didn't really... It didn't look like the jockey could get the horse fully there under control. So it's a problem when the horse controls the jockey, not the other way round. But 7 furlongs seemed to hit. I guess 7 furlongs seemed to hit, so... Yeah. I learned something, but I didn't really like that one. Okay. Oh, I really just don't like racing 2-year-olds. I've come to that conclusion. I really don't like it. But I've got to do it to get potential. You've got to race them. You've got to get them wins. You've got to try and get what you can while you can. Commandant, 5 furlongs. I think this suits. This could be a very decent sprinter as well. Grade 2, so a step up. We're on the inside against the rail there, and not a terrible start, I would say. We're up now near the front with Rossetti, then Bawardi. Just ahead of the pack now, sinking back. Looks like we're pushing out. Antonio Caesar here with a good run from deep. Look at the pace on this horse. Oh my, Antonio Caesar, like, what a closer. Like, from the back all the way up, just stormed through with some exceptional speed there. Great run by Antonius. Great run. Yeah, just... I don't know if I've learned anything about Commandant there either. Oh... I mean, okay. Yeah, that wasn't the best run, but it was still okay. And then Commandant. Again, okay, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, didn't really have a shot in that race. I mean, I thought we did. I thought like 2 furlongs were pushing out. I saw the horse making its move. I thought, okay, how long is this charge going to last? And, you know, when can we kind of capitalize when it drops off and we kick on the final furlong? And no, we kind of just kept on the same pace, and it kept on the same pace, but its pace was twice as much as ours. And it just blew past us, so... yeah, interesting. Grade 2 for that. Another grade 2 for a 2-year-old. 6 furlongs this time, though. Daranara steps up. Like, I don't know, great maiden. Not the best field, but a great maiden. And then had to fight, but won to get that grade 3. I think we're in the realms of being a really good horse. We're possibly going to hit 70 potential, get that final point at least to jump up to 100. Like, I'd be very happy with the horse if we kind of got up in that range. Looks like we're tipped. Looks like we're parading well. Nana is out to... Look, this is an unfit field. Okay, if we don't win this, I'm going to be pissed. I'm not going to lie. This field isn't fit. This field isn't fit. We've got 2 unfit, 2 that could be fitter, and 1 that just had a little bit of conditioning issues. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Looks like Quetzalcoatl is in the lead there. We're just content to sit with the back markers. We're slowly starting to creep up now. Get up into position. We just hold by the front runner, final 2. So 1.5 from home then. Truly Magic, maybe making a way up the field. Nana is in place now, dropping off Tardy's. Yeah, Tardy's start for a couple of these horses, I think, and the unfit Nature. So, at Royal Ascot, it's a big win. Grade 2 for Daranara. We gained 9 points. Okay, that was my big question, is how many points could we really gain in a field that just couldn't run, basically. But no, we hit the 108. That's good. We got a grade 2. We hit 70 potential. Or I should say 70 ability out of our 80 potential. And yeah. I'm happy with that. 7.5 lengths, 5.5 lengths back from them was Nana. 7.5 lengths, 7.25 back was Chris Adodris. Yeah, unfit field. Totally ruined the race. Totally ruined the race there. I still think we win by about somewhere between 2 and 4 lengths, probably, if they're fit. So it's not as if we're, just winning because the horses aren't fit enough to race. But yeah, that was a weird one. That was a weird one. Oh my god, did I have I had 2 runners today? I did. It didn't go well, but we did. The grade 1 for down like that. And I knew this was going to be a monumental ask. I knew it was going to be a monumental ask here. Yeah, one of only a few 3-year-olds in this racing. Still fairly early in the season, June, where we're still quite immature compared to the 4 and 5-year-olds at that stage. Yeah, I think we didn't show too bad pace, actually. I mean, if you look at the whole thing, like these splits, we kind of match up really well to a lot of these horses. We got off to a great start, it seemed, and then we just couldn't handle the pace at the end. 4.4 back in a grade 1. Ridden as a stalker. Okay, but down like that is a 116. Yeah. So we don't move the needle at all. Yeah, I was hoping for a bit more there. Overall, though, still a very good run and everything. I don't regret putting in anything there. 5 weeks for that cuckoo. I mean, okay, we have other milers to run at 3 years of age. I mean, that's not the worst, but yeah, kind of interesting there. The grade 1 just seemed a bit much. I'm not sure about 5 furlongs for down like that either. I'm thinking, like Com Angel, they might race up to 6. So that might be something we need to take a look at. Okay, the 1 mile 2 furlong, Prince of Wales, back at Ascot once more. We're not going to be high rated. Teacher Preacher's in this. Adam DeBolio's in this, of course. They're just ahead of us. Yeah, I think every single horse here we know quite well, apart from Poy Lambert, the domestic grade 3. And Scouting for Girls is another grade 3 over from the United Arab Emirates. So, Dubai horses run well. They do run well. Yeah. There's so much that could go on. You could be lucky it's a good runner, but looks like they're sweating up a bit as well. Again, right now, I can't really see past ourselves and Adam DeBolio running a similar race and being up near the front. And then Teacher Preacher with great pace late on, whether they come from the back or whether they use that pace from like a stalking position I've seen them do. They do seem a little bit laid back at times. And sort of attack further from the rear. So, I think that's going to be our top 3. But the Prince of Wales is mile 2, class 1, grade 1 here at Ascot. And we're off in a decent way. It seems like we're going to go towards the rear ourselves. You can be lucky. Aberavan and Assad up near the front with scouting for girls now on the inside. Emperor Jones, Poyle Amber, Adam DeBolio, all in there. You should be lucky jumps all the way back down the field to be just in front of us. And on the rail at the rear is Teacher Preacher. Looks like they will be committing to a late run. My hope is perhaps the field gets in their way and possibly stops that. So coming up around the outside here. So good run. Teacher Preacher's done. We're done. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, Teacher Preacher just threw the rider late on, which is, I don't know, possibly the first time I've actually seen that in a race I've been a part of. Really not sure about that one. But I think that might be a first. That might be a first. Aaron DeBolio up there. Poyle Amber with a great run. That domestic 3-year-old. Always got to watch them. And if I had looked at the form, I would have been more worried about them. Second in the Prince of Wales here. Like, yeah, over a mile 1. Then they went in the Judmont. I knew the name. I couldn't place them, but Tatiana beat them last year. And then the Quipco beaten just by Viva Ronaldo. But again, beats Adam DeBolio, beats Bull Naku. We would have known that this was a good horse just waiting to break out. This is a Derege. This is one of those type of horses. You see run all these grade ones, come close, and you think, when will they get it? Well, today was that day. Beats out Adam DeBolio in a great run. Emperor Jones up into third. Assad scouted for girls. Yeah, I would have put Teacher Preacher up probably in third and ourselves up in second. Bump everybody else down, so. But yeah, Higgy just didn't run well. Higgy didn't run well. Yeah. I didn't really expect to win this one, but to be like nearly 5 lengths back, to be kind of out of the running at every stage. We never really got up. We never challenged for the lead. I don't think we were ever really hampered. The start wasn't poor. It just seemed like Higgy couldn't run. Just couldn't run. Likes a good track. That was a good track. He's ran on turf before and done well on turf before. So I don't think that's really much of an issue. 80 potential's good, great confidence, great extra speed, enthusiasm, full finish, full consistency. Good surface adaptability, even if we didn't like that. Maturity rate should stretch to about 5. Like, just looking at it, lack of cruising burst, battling qualities, of course, the missing thing on 99% of horses. But yeah, just not running well, and that's the way my horses go. They peak at 3, maybe 4. They're done by 5. It's a very, very short race career for these horses. We drop only a single point. It's back-to-back races now, though. We've dropped a point. We dropped 3 as well in Châtain, and then we dropped 4 last time we were at Ascot. So 138 down to a 129. I've already bred from Higgy's Forest as well in another way. Try a furlong shot. So again, we were even off distance. I couldn't get Higgy a mile 1. But yeah. Oh, just. It sucks, but it's that time. It's that time. I think Bellamaker's still at least competing. Higgy. Yeah. Time to say goodbye to Higgy Forest. We retire at 129, 5, 1, and 2. Group 1 with Group 1, Group 2, Group 3 wins. Peak of a 138 rating. We had a 4-run streak here from Awesome Again to the Pegasus World Cup, the Saudi Cup, and the Emirates Airline Jebel Hatta. 4 Grade 1s in a row. Couple of third places back then, domestic, defended the Pegasus World Cup. Big races, big wins, big money, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very proud of that. We've got the Asudakeen in there, a good race as well that we almost snatched. But it's a nice little run. Excuse me. I'm sad to see them go, but they're just not good enough any longer. They can't win the races. We've already bred from them. There's no point putting them back in the breeder's barn. There's no new horses to breed with, really. And Donnell, I mean, we're right in there. It's another grade 2. It's 5 furlongs. It's a 2-year-old. It's a horse that I really just don't know if they're going to be any good or not. So, fingers crossed. So we move on to a right-handed track once again. Back on turf. It seems lately we're racing quite a lot in the UK and seeing a lot of old horses sort of fall off and a lot of young horses perhaps, you know, not run as badly as I expect. And that's kind of where I expect them to be right now. I was kind of hoping to see a late push and maybe like steal second place and get closer to first. Riddle of the Sands will take a Cubanita up into second and Nell in third. Not too far off second, not too bad. Like, is that a 6 furlong horse? No, it suited perfectly. Okay, well. Yeah. Again, it doesn't change my opinion of Donnell at all. We've run 5 races. We seem to be a 5 furlong horse. We almost win a grade 3. We almost, we're not quite in contention, but we run quite well for a grade 2 at Ascot. But an American field, so I don't really think too much of that. And that maiden wasn't a big win. Took 3 maidens. It wasn't a big win. We bought it. It's been okay. I just don't know if it's ever going to be anything more than okay. It's got a breeding indicator of 7 furlongs, and I really, really like Comate as a sire. Yeah, I mean, there's room to grow. There is room to grow. And there is a chance this could be a very, very good horse. The things that might help this horse, though, just a little bit. Low deterioration and a bit of maturity rate. So, if it does gain distance, and I do expect it to gain some distance, and then it gains some cruising burst, it could be a pretty good miler. It might not really hit until 4 years of age, maybe. But I think we run well through maybe 3, tail end of the 3 season, early 4, and through that season. Maybe be okay. But yeah, I don't think I ever want to breed from it, so it's going to be an interesting one. Oh. And yeah, we've had some very, very sort of interesting hit and miss races. A lot of these 2-year-olds especially. I mean, if we just look here at the 2-year-olds. So, like, when we've run more than 2 races, we seem to start slipping. The only one that hasn't is Daranara, and Daranara was a very sort of interesting third race there. So we kind of see a pattern happening, but at least we've got some success out of our 2-year-olds. Like I say, everybody's a fairly good rating. Everybody looks to be decent runners right now. I mean, you move up to the 3-year-olds and like Aztec Shine hasn't won big races, but still pretty good form. And as we move up, then another couple of grade 2s that I'd like to turn into grade 1s. Down like that had a shot. That Cuckoo had a shot and almost got the job done. Aztec Shine, possibly the next one to have a shot. We'll see how they run in that. But I think, again, we're running quite well in general. If we remove that last race from down like that, I think everything looks really good this season for the 3-year-old class. We got a single third, a bunch of seconds, and a ton of first place victories. So we're doing okay. Then Kane's Alliance running okay. Bellmaker's been running okay. Heggie just didn't make the cut. So still pretty good though. Still pretty good. Oh, the one I wanted to run well, the one I thought would run well, and the thought that, I had was just figuring out how good this horse might be. Is of course Saffron Fang. And we're back again. Kentucky, Preakness, Belmont. Gonna add on to that now. We're heading over to Japan. We're heading to Hanshin, the Taka Razuka Kinen. $3 million prize money. So still, until we get up to like Breeders, and what's the other one? The Arc de Triomphe is 5, Japan Cup 6, Breeders' Cup Classic is 7. So yeah, the tenor shows another 3 million. That's what level we're on. So this is still a very, very big race in the calendar. And part of me thinks this horse will never lose because the way it's been running. Another part of me thinks mile 3 and there's, Japanese horses now. You never know what's going to happen. How do we run abroad? Because we've only gone domestic. Like, there's so much that could go wrong. I'm going to try not to overthink this and overanalyze this. We'll be amongst the tipsters. We're looking well. We're amongst the favorites. We're the form horse, top-rated, low-weighted. And that's all we're going to say on the matter. We have a chance here. We've been running well. I think this might also be our first right-hand race. So, there's a lot of reasons why this could go wrong. But at the same time, we're such a good horse that you've got to believe that, or I at least have to believe, that when push comes to shove, we will be in the mix. So it looks like we're towards the rear. This might be our first grass race as well. But Triple Crown secured. That's like the main one. And then the Grand Slam race will be the Breeders' Cup Classic late in the year. So we're not really making a move up yet. We're sort of right towards the back. Final 2 furlongs, though. We are up near the front. Miss Mercy is there. We passed Chico Timer, Mizanap, and oh my god, that little flick out by the track. I hate that. I hate it with a passion. And through a gate, we ran through a fence. Final half a furlong, pushing out from home. That's the kind of run I want to see. And oh my god, Mizanap, I thought was going to close the gap a little bit on us. In Japan. New distance, not long distance. We ran the Belmont, which is a furlong longer, but a new distance on mile 3. In Japan. On turf. On a right-hand track. And also, for the first time, not going early. Did you see that? Did you notice that? I think we've gone fairly early every single time. That, we went to the back and came through. And, we left it really kind of late. So much in there. About 1.8 million prize money. Another grade 1 win. That's 5. Up to a 137. And that now means that Bellmaker has been overtaken at 136. Saffron Fang, the 3-year-old, keeps on winning. I'm upset I put in for that early grade 3 because we could be unbeaten right now. And we were so close with that one. Being off distance and everything. Oh, that would have been the icing on the cake. To win that would have been the icing on the cake. But yeah. It's been such a great pathway, and we're missing maybe one race in here. We might miss one or two else out, but we can definitely get the 10 grade 1 wins. We can get the 140 as a 3-year-old. And we're running well at a number of distances. If we keep between that 1 mile 1, 1 mile 3 kind of range, I think Saffron Fang will run well enough at all of them. But 5-length victory. Yeah. And we're being told to go for the Breeders' Cup Turf. Not the Breeders' Cup Classic there by the game. I mean, that's a question. I think they're both 2 million prize fund. They're both a mile 2. They're on the same day. They follow each other. Like, I don't think there's anything kind of crazy, right? Was that November 7th? Oh, the turf's a mile 4. Why did I think they were both a mile 2? I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry, 6 million 7. Which ones am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the juveniles. I think maybe. They're both of them are a mile 1. They're both 2 million. There's another couple of races which also are very similar. One's on turf, one's on dirt. I think they're a mile 2, and I think they're on the same day at the same place. Same prize money. I'm not really sure which races I'm actually thinking of there, but yeah. I'm maybe getting mixed up with some of the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. But that just... I adore this horse. I can't say it enough. I adore this horse. It had a slight limp. Had to rest it for a couple of months last year. But yeah. Just... yeah, I just adore this horse. I don't think I can really say anything else about it. It's absolutely killing it right now. I wonder if it can still get a mile 1 comfortably. I think it probably can, so we don't need to. I think I've got most races here are mile 2s. And then we got the Arc de Triomphe from the Japan Cup. We're probably going to run anyway. I mean, they're a mile 4. They may be races that we don't win or we struggle, and we don't dominate like we might do at a mile 2. But they're big races, and I think I've got to put them on the plate there. So I think I'm leaning towards this schedule. Let me bring it on screen. Okay, so this is kind of what I put together myself using the diary. So as I say, we didn't run the Arkansas, but we did run Florida, Kentucky Derby, then the Preakness and Belmont Stakes. Then we run in Japan at a mile 3, our only mile 3 race. The Takarazuka Kinen that we just won. So we got 19 days before the Belmont Invitational. Then we've got 38 days till we head to Britain for our second foreign race. But there's only an 11-day race between that trip to Ascot. I think it's Ascot. Is it Goodwood? Or is it Ascot? I think one of those is at... I can't remember where that one is. Yeah, and then it's only 11 days before the Trowers, which is another big American race. Irish Champion is up after that. And then the big question, the Arc de Triomphe, and then it's Tennis Show, Breeders' Cup Classic, Japan Cup. Chance for big money. Like 21 million in race prize money. Right there. And I think if you win all those 4 races, you're looking at, I don't know, like 12.5 million maybe in terms of prize money. I think, and there's another, for like 5.5 million, nearly 6 million in prize money sitting there. So I think it's going to be north of 15. It's going to be like 16 million, maybe more than 16 million. Not sure exactly how much more, but maybe more than 16 million in prize money for that schedule. Plus another one. Yeah, it could be 16.5 million, which means we could be looking at a career then of somewhere in the region of 22.5 million for just a 3-year-old season. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. That's fun. And that's without the Saudi Cup, which I don't think you're right. I think that's 4-year-old and above. Yeah, I think that would come next season. Early now. I think it's February. Isn't it late February? Yeah, so 4-year-olds and above. And I think you win like 12 million prize money for that. Where's the Saudi Cup? Yeah, you win 12 million. So, yeah. You could easily break towards 35 million by February of a 4-year-old season. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of money that could be on offer. And again, that's right in that same distance. That's right in the same distance. There's a couple other races at 4-year-old as well. Like, you can have a very, very good career. But right now, in terms of like career records, Saffron Fang 7 of 8, unfortunate. Battled that, very similar, lost that grade early. Also didn't win another one. So that's 6 of 8. Come Angel hit and miss, but again, like that first maiden, okay. But seconds and first after that, which has been better than I expected. So when you look at that kind of thing as well, I think we're running really well who we've got. Kane's Alliance sitting there on 12.75 million. Like that's mind-blowing for a horse that I never thought was going to make it. Like never thought was going to make it. And then you got Bellmaker here on 7, almost 7.25 out of 18 races. Battle that sitting at 1.3 million almost. Just, just leading the way over the other 3-year-olds quite well. Quite well. And that's the importance of having a good miler in your stable. It can be good to earn money. And of course, Saffron Fang winning 6 million to begin with. But okay, that's going to lead us to the final race of the episode. And what's been a roller coaster of watching the 2-year-olds run and not do well, watching the 5-year-old Higgy Forest kind of fall off a little too far for my liking. And then everything in between being just kind of strange. I can't lie, just kind of strange. But we're going to round off them with this one last race. Mirage, I believe we're going to Canada. I believe this is Woodbine at a mile 1. Grade 1. Yes, a mile 2. Okay, so we're stepping up to a mile 2 in Canada. The Queen's Plate. Okidori Perfect Actor with us. Fickle is back again. Remember, Triple Crown races did okay there. They will be a factor. Nottingham as well from Dubai. We got Burning Roma, the Irish horse. And then a bunch of low-graded Americans, which I don't know. No Canadians in this one. No Canadians. No British horses. Normally you see one or two British in this. Or at least I have. So yeah, ourselves, Fickle, Okidori, Perfect Act. That's my kind of top four. I think looking at this, we look to be favourites and everything else, so we should be parading well, lean, ready to go. I'm happy with that. We're bookies' favourites. We're tipped. We're running at a higher distance than we have, but we should be able to get there. I think 40% cruising burst. So not quite what I want to take a horse up from a mile 1 to a mile 2. Not a full finish application bar as well, though, so you know, it's an interesting horse for sure. But we did see Marie W run well. We saw Derege run well. Now we're starting to see Marej run and do her thing. Sorry, his thing. Definitely his thing. Phoenix Reach Nottingham on the lips up front. Perfect Act just there. We're Burning Roma, Gentle Irony. Now Fickle making the way in between those up to the front group. We're coming round the outside as well. We've picked our lane. And it looks like we're going early, and Fickle there's broken into second place. Coming up here, the grey of Okidori round the outside in the blue silks. Just disappearing off screen now. They will come into this and fight. On the lips, not letting Fickle go though. We come down to the final furlong marker. Here comes Fickle. Here comes Okidori. Now it's up to us. Can we hold on to this? Marej driving down. Final half of furlong. Looking good, but the challenge is coming from deep. Marej wins. Fickle, as expected, up into second place. Okidori also ran pretty well there. So I got my top three. I got the top three kind of right. My fourth horse, Perfect Act, came in fifth. A little bit back. But yeah, we could kind of tell who these were going to be. But again, Perfect Act, I keep expecting to repeat that, you know, that win and that good performance, that period they had where they kind of looked dangerous last year. Maybe they run better as a 4-year-old, I don't know, but they're on blinkers and they're not really doing much. Preakness aside, they're not really doing much. Maybe it's a mile 1 rather than a mile 2 as well. Okidori, though, like, there's so many races it could have done something. And Fickle. Yeah. It's been interesting. But Marej, second, Grade 1 win, jumps up to a 126. We will absolutely take that. We hold our 80. We don't increase that in terms of the stats, but it's a very nice way to end off the video. We're sitting here with some good ratings on horses. Again, if we split by age, look at the 2-year-olds. We got an 89, which should rise. A bunch of 90s, which, again, should move towards 100. The 99's almost there already. We've got the 102 and, of course, the 108 from Darren Aaron. Now, kind of gifted, but I will take it. And Aztec Shine up to 117, which is, you know, still quite low. British Sweet 117, down like that, 116. Dak Cuckoo 118. But that's not bad for 3-year-olds. Calm Angel, now joined by Marej and Battle Dad now at 126. And then we got Saffron Fang, of course, leading the entire thing on 137. Ken's Alliance is a 4-year-old just on that 130 marker. And Bellamaker 136 is damn respectable. Good prize money, good career records, good wins, good runs, not too many bad races. Like Danelle, just huge question mark for me. Down like that, can we win a grade 1? Aztec Shine needs a grade 1 to test. And can Saffron Fang keep winning, keep getting everything right, hit that 140, and just absolutely smash this 3-year-old season while he is in red-hot form? I think so. Triple Crown winning horse follows up with a trip to Japan. First right hand on grass, first foreign race, yada, yada, yada. First time we didn't run our usual style of race as well. And 5-length winners in a $3 million field. That's what we're on about. So, very, very happy with them. Very happy with how things are going. Need to keep an eye on this injury from Dak Cuckoo as well. But, yeah. It's all shaping up to be a terrific, terrific season. And even though we're saying goodbye to some legends, we're making new legends. Not sure on the 2-year-olds. Like, have your say in the comment section what you think of any of these 2-year-olds you saw run today. What did you think of them? Let me know about Donnell. I'm almost ready to put him out in the field and just look at a 3-year-old. I'm not sure. And the other question, of course, is Saffron Fang with those races. We've got the Belmont Derby Invitation, Juddmonte Invitational, the Travers, Quipco Irish Champion, the Arc de Triomphe, the Tennis Show, the Breeders' Cup Classic, and the Japan Cup. Let me know if that sounds like a good pathway. The amount of money that we could win there is unbelievable. The 11 days between the Juddmonte and the Travers, have your say on that. I want to get some opinions in, as well as Arc de Triomphe and Japan Cup, $5 and $6 million races. Mile 4. We just won decently at the Belmont and decently with the Takaruzuka Kinen. So I think I'm ready to go for that. But have your say, comment section on those issues as well. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. About 50% of you have not at this stage. If you are enjoying, please do consider. It does help out, as does leaving a like. Something as simple as a little click does help out the channel a decent amount, to be fair. So it might not seem much to you, but it does make a difference. But yeah, I'll see you for the continuation of the adventures of Saffron Fang and a very nice stable around him. But the adventures of Saffron Fang and the quest for 15 million prize money this season and 10 grade 1 wins. Why does that sound like I'm underselling the horse by a dramatic amount? But yeah, we could hit somewhere around 15 or 20 million prize money. We could run 10 to 15 grade 1 wins, and we can easily hit that 140 rating with a 3-year-old. That's crazy. We're not even at the halfway point of the year. We're coming up to it. We're just about there, but that is absolutely mind-blowing. Let's see where it goes together soon. Thank you very much for the continued support. The comments, keep those flooding in. I really do love seeing your reactions to this. And yeah, tell me about your games. Join the Discord. That's in the description as well. I'll see you, though, for more fun and games next time. Be there. Don't be late. Bring your snacks. It's going to be good viewing, I hope, with Saffron Fang at least. And yeah, till such times, thank you. I'll see you soon. Behave. Take care. Stay safe. And oh boy. What a horse.